Hey, good morning, fellow prepsteaders and patriots. Beth from Ozark Prepsteaders here. Wanted to fill y'all in on a little something that we had happening here in town. As I shared with y'all last week, we have started a patriot group here. We're super excited about it. A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of great people who are just absolutely fed up with what's happening in our country. Sick and tired of, all of the crazy, having our rights taken away, having our voice taken away, watching our country swing so far left that we're into socialism and Marxism. Terrible, terrible, senile old man that they've put out in front, a vice president who's missing in action, people pouring across the border, unvaccinated people, right? Because they think the vaccines are so important that all Americans must have them to work, to go to school, all those kind of things. But 200,000 plus illegals a month pouring in across the border, and nobody seems to be concerned about that. So those are the kind of things that we're just real aggravated about. And because we are aggravated and because we feel silenced and because we feel and see and witness our country sliding into this, unbelievable amount of Marxism and communism, we're being silenced, not allowed to speak, and we're mad about it. And that doesn't make us racist, and it doesn't make us Trump sycophants, and it doesn't make us crazy people. It doesn't make us deplorables. It makes us American citizens who believe in our nation, who believe in what this country stands for, who believe in the Constitution, and who are to the point where we're not going to sit around any longer and watch our country be destroyed by people who frankly don't care about it. And I'm getting to the point now where I hear myself saying the left, the left, the left, but it's not just the left. We have so many quote unquote conservative Republicans in office that have either been sold, they have something on them, some video of them cheating with their wives or abusing kids or something, that refuse to stand up and do the job that they were elected to do. That it is no longer a right versus left issue. You've all heard this before. You've heard it from me. I'm going to continue to say it. This is a good versus evil issue. And at this point, if you are not doing something, if you are just sitting on the sidelines as part of that old time silent majority, then you need to take the full weight and responsibility of what's happening in this country upon your shoulders, because your silence makes you complicit. To prove that I walk the talk, I want to share with you that yesterday, our Rhino governor, he's in his last term. He has been bought and paid for by Walmart. Because the feds have had us as part of a target area, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, deep south and southeastern states, for vaccine hesitancy, our governor decided that he needed to go around the state and have a series of town halls. And whenever he got to Baxter County yesterday, he was greeted by our group. And our group is us, the Ozark Patriots. And yesterday we had some folks from some other groups who joined us. Unfortunately, the reporter only got the Ozark Patriots name, and maybe the other group wanted it that way because I don't know if they're a little under the radar. That's cool. But we had a show of force. And in fact, the local newspaper, which isn't really local, they were bought out by the USA Today years ago, and they have a small little local section. The local reporter, the headline was, the governor was met by a hostile crowd. I wouldn't say we were hostile, but we were angry, we were confrontational, we were serious about trying to get some answers, and the governor and the chosen folks that he had there, hospital administrator, school board member, epidemiologist, they just lied and spun things and worked their way around questions to avoid answering. And basically, we left a whole lot angrier than we were whenever we got there, and a whole lot more determined to fight for change. So tonight we have our second meeting. I have no idea how many people are going to show up. Last week we had about 45, but that includes me and Randy. I would be super happy if we had a similar turnout. It could be lower. I'm hoping it's higher. I really am. We've gotten some coverage. We've gotten some press. Word is getting out about us that we are an action group, that we plan on taking action, that we will not be silenced, that we are planning on standing and fighting for some big change. If we all would do that at the local level, that's where it starts. And I'm so tired of hearing people, other channels even, people that I respect and admire, saying it's too late, it's too late. It better not be too late, because I have news for you. All of the folks that I know on the interwebs, all of the other channels I follow, all the patriots, all the preppers, all the homesteaders, you act like the government doesn't know who you are and where you are. I'm recording this video on my iPhone. My son has a Samsung. We have a smart TV in our house. Trust me, folks, the government knows every single thing you're doing, everything you're saying. The time to be neutral is over. And, you know, I was talking to Randy yesterday. I can remember, and I might have told you all this before, I can remember being a little girl in, I think it was like 3rd grade, maybe 4th grade, and we started learning about World War II. And our textbook had some pictures of some of the folks that had been rescued from the concentration camps. And I remember looking at those images and reading about that and thinking to myself, how did that happen? Where was everybody? Why didn't anybody stand up and speak out? How did they allow a government to take over and murder 7, 8, 9 million people? And nobody said anything and nobody did anything. This is how, right here, right here. You are living it right now. People are afraid. People are scared into silence. People are worried about, them and their own. I got to worry about me and my family. I can't speak out. I can't do anything. I got to worry about my job. Yeah. So yeah, just sit back and hope that somebody else comes in to save you. And I'm sorry to say, that's not going to happen. You know, for months and months and months, certain people have said, you know, Trump's going to be back. Trump's going to be back. Trump's going to be back. Okay, first of all, Trump is not Jesus. Second of all, Trump may be back, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. You look at how they are slow rolling everything. They still don't even have the routers for Arizona months after that audit started. You don't think all the other states who see this coming, you don't think their black hats are in there erasing data, moving things around, you know, all that kind of stuff? It's going to take probably a year, okay? A year. Think about that. A year before anybody admits out loud, anybody of any relevance who can do anything to affect change, admits out loud that, oh yeah, there was some election fraud and we need to change our election rules. The left is going to fight that tooth and nail every step of the way. So maybe we're lucky and we get a year down the road and we at least at this point have some election reform. Well, the 2022 elections have probably already occurred. They probably already cheated their way through that. And now we still have 2 years to go before, you know, Trump or anybody else has any hope of getting into office. Do you understand what the Democrats have done to this nation in 6 months? What do you think it's going to look like in a year? In 2 years? Then it really will be too late. You have to find your courage. You must find your courage. You must find your inner fortitude. You must call on whoever you believe in. You know, we're Christians. For us, it's God Almighty. Whoever you believe in, you must call on for strength. Because if we do not stand up now, we lose everything. And if you don't think their plan is to force these vaccines on you, whether you want them or not, you are absolutely freaking crazy. You are not paying attention. And as I said in my last video, at this point, it doesn't matter where you are. They are targeting us hard. The South must fall again, is the way they look at it. There is no place in this country where you are safe right now. Not one. Not one city, one town, one burg, one forest. These fantasies of running off to the forest and, you know, you're going to live your life off grid for, you know, if you're watching me, they already know. They already know. So I just encourage you all. I know it's scary. I know they fight dirty. I know that whenever they come up against an opponent, they fight to kill, to the death, to destruction. And we just maybe give a little shove here and there. It's got to stop. We've got to stand up. And although the mainstream media won't show it, if you follow any of the back channels, you are seeing people rise up strong. Italy, France, Great Britain, Australia. Those people don't even have weapons. And I've said this before. The fact that we have weapons in this country is not what the left is afraid of. The left is afraid of us all putting our differences aside and standing up, standing together and saying no. And I just did it again. I said the left. That, you know, that's not even true anymore. We have such liberal Republicans in office right now. Traitors. They're traitors. They call us insurrectionists and they're outright traitors. So I'm going to start referring to it as the global elite because that's who they really are. These billionaires, these tech millionaires, all of the deep state, you know, they're all in it together and they have an agenda and their agenda is not pro-freedom in our country or any country. And whenever you see things like the people of Cuba standing up and fighting desperately for freedom, finally having the courage and the fortitude to fight, and us, the bastion of freedom for the entire free world, turns our back and sits down, you know evil is in charge. Evil is running things. And the only thing that beats back evil is light. And we have got to stand up. So if you are sitting on the sidelines and you're thinking, oh, I don't like that it's us versus them. I don't like the language. I don't want to get involved because, you know, I don't want to be a target. I don't want people looking at me. I am telling you, you are making the biggest mistake of your life because they are coming, whether you want them to or not, and they are coming for you. If you are a free thinker, if you are a person who believes in freedom, if you love Jesus Christ, if you have any conservative leanings whatsoever, if you believe in the United States Constitution, they are coming for you. And you better wake up. So that's it. That's my lecture for today. We did take a stand yesterday. We fought as hard as we could under the circumstances. I am so proud of every single person who was there with me yesterday. I think we had about 25 of us, but the whole turnout was maybe, 75. So we had a real good solid showing for it being on a weekday, which I believe they did intentionally because they know conservatives work. Conservative people hold down jobs. They run businesses. And I think they counted on not very many of us showing up. And I think they were very discouraged by how vocal we were. This is where it starts. It starts at the community level. And I guarantee you, if things go the dark route that it looks like they're going to go, you better hope and pray that you are in a state that has a governor that will take a stand. And when that happens, you better hope and pray you are running things at the community level. It's the only way, folks. We've got to stand up. Stand up for freedom. Stand up for your God-given rights. Stand up for the Constitution. Stand up for your country. And all of the things that you love about America, maybe we can save them. All right, that's it for me. I hope y'all are doing amazing. I'm going to go ahead and post this one on YouTube. I think they'll take it down and they'll give me a strike, but I'm going to try it anyway. It'll also be on Rumble. All right, I hope y'all are doing well, and I will catch you on the next one.